So a few weeks ago at Mobile World Congress 2018, Google announced the beta for its all-new super advanced iOS Android cross-platform development framework called Flutter. Some perceive it to be the killer of Facebook's React Native framework, others perceive it to be just another mobile development framework. But what is it? Should you care about it? And most importantly, should you learn it? Let's break that down. I'm Arseniy from Eduonix Tech. Let's get right into this. So yeah, Flutter. Cross-platform mobile development app by a framework by Google, and it uses a programming language called Dart. So Dart is it's sort of a different language, but it actually is very, very simple to learn. It generally compiles into JavaScript, and it's actually very, very similar to languages like Java or C#. So if you ever programmed in any of those languages, you should feel right at home. So that may sort of solve the problem a little bit of the fact that there really aren't many Dart developers out there. So if you do want to find a Dart developer, you will most likely have trouble. But it is quite easy to learn, and most likely if you do have a developer working for you, having him learn Dart should be super simple. So Flutter does have a few things up its sleeve. So mostly, even if you go to the official flutter.io page, you'll see that it actually says that it's designed for high-speed development. So essentially what that means is it's designed for you to develop your app as fast as possible, so to save time on meaningless things. So it does have a hot reload feature, so where you can just type your code, save it, and then it'll automatically reload on your device, much like React Native does. It's also got a rich sort of widget set that follow Google's material design ideas, essentially. So Google Material Design is actually Google's idea of sort of like a Bootstrap competitor, and it provides, well, but a little bit more than that. It provides a lot of sort of conventions to design, and that generally will make your app look a lot better, and they are, of course, very good. So if you do follow Google's material design conventions, your app will look quite nice. And Google's and Flutter's built-in widgets do, of course, follow that design, which makes developing applications much faster and easier. It's also got a very nice animation library for built-in animations, and those animations are actually going to be run super fast because it actually provides GPU acceleration. So when you do write your applications, your animations with Flutter, and when it runs on the actual mobile device, it's going to go ahead and use that GPU to go ahead and run those animations, which will make them run a lot faster, look a lot smoother, and so on and so on. And generally, when people do look at an application that's written in React Native or in Flutter, you take them side by side and you look at some animations. The animations do look better, more smooth, sort of, on the Flutter application. Flutter also sort of beats out React Native when we talk about setup. So if you want to set up a Flutter app, it's going to be much simpler and quicker to do on a Flutter app. It's going to be much simpler and quicker than setting up a React Native app. So there's also this thing called Flutter Doctor, which easily allows you to find problems with your actual application and system. So it generally makes it a lot easier to develop applications. And that's definitely a very nice feature of Flutter. Flutter also actually has control over every single pixel on the device it's running on screen. So instead of just, putting a widget here that the OS provides, or a widget there that the OS provides, it can go ahead and actually make its own custom stuff. But it still has, all the supported widgets that will actually look, conform to the design standards of each operating system. So on Android, it's going to follow material design, and on iOS, it's going to follow Apple's, iOS design standards, and so it'll look appropriate. So you're not going to find some weird, crazy once you're using on Apple on an iOS device, when you see Apple's design language, you're using it, and then you open an app, and then suddenly out of nowhere it's Google's design. It just feels a little bit weird. So of course, Flutter provides all those already built-in widgets that conform to the device's respective design. But it also can go ahead and create it essentially has control to create its own widgets, and you can go ahead and create your own widgets as well. You create your own custom stuff that will look at completely. If you want, you can make something that looks completely out of place on the actual device. One of the most exciting things about Flutter, in my opinion at least, is that it's actually currently the way to create applications for Google's Fuchsia OS. Now, the Fuchsia OS, if you don't know, it's actually the OS that's going to replace both Android and Chrome OS. You're going to have one operating system running on both your smartphone and your laptop, at least Google smartphone and laptop. What this, of course, means is that once you develop an application for your laptop, you can go in and run it on your smartphone, and vice versa. That's definitely something that's going to be pretty exciting. That said, it is most likely a few years off. But either way, Flutter, when it does come out, currently you can only run it on like one device, and it's kind of difficult. It doesn't really work very well. So when it actually does come out, if it comes out, and if it's ever actually going to be used, adopted, Flutter will most likely be, the way to create applications for it. So should you care about Flutter? Sure. It shows a lot of promise despite its flaws, even considering the fact that Google, you can actually search up something called Google Graveyard, which is a ton of different Google software that was just sort of dumped because it never came to be. Even considering Google's history of doing, dumping a lot of software just because it didn't really work out, I still think that Flutter will definitely succeed. It hasn't seen any problems so far, and it's definitely done a lot of things better than the competition. So once it does come out, I think that definitely it will be a very popular platform. But should you learn it? That's a little bit of a more complex question. So if you do learn it right now, you're probably not going to actually be able to develop large applications with it for at least 1 to 2 years down the line. At that point, it's going to be so much more advanced and have so many features that the applications you develop now will just seem quite outdated. That said, you can develop applications for it right now. The Hamilton app, one of the most popular Flutter apps that was currently developed, is actually a fully working app. Nevertheless, I think you would be better suited with using another cross-platform framework as of right now. But what do you think about Flutter? Are you going to learn it? Leave your answer in the comments below. Ultimately, you're the one that decides whether Flutter becomes a very popular framework or not, because you're ultimately the developer. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This has been Arseniy from Eduonix Tech. Thank you for watching. Till soon.